Bye, Alexis. Bye, girl. Bye. Bye. Okay? You and Johnny Boy can go. And while you're at it, since you and Tamara are such good friends, take her with you too. Because I'm still trying to figure out these 6 episodes later why you're even here. Okay? I've been figuring out for a couple of seasons now why they brought Tamara back. But this makes it even worse. Okay? And the crazier thing is, you guys, I actually saw an article where Tamara had the audacity. I saw it over the weekend. I skimmed it, and it was related to the Housewives of Jersey and some of the changes being made, and maybe Jen Aiden not coming back, or something to that effect. But I do remember Tamara distinctively saying that Jen Aiden is disgusting and obnoxious. And I'm like, girl, she's disgusting and obnoxious? Girl, should you really be parting your lips to say such things when you are the epitome? You are the root of obnoxious and disgusting and mean spirited and heartless and calculated and conniving and all the things in between. Anyways, y'all, what's up? I'm your girl, Taina B here. Welcome to my chat party. I'm a little late to the party on this one, y'all. But hopefully you'll forgive me. Hopefully you'll understand. It's all good. I'm going to slide right on up here in episode 6. What is this? Season 18 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. Now, I didn't want to go back to the beginning because we're far past that. And, I'm sure you guys are like, you missed it. We already caught up. Like, just go ahead and get to the program. So I decided to go ahead and get with the program. So here I am. I have many thoughts on the past couple of episodes, but I'll try to throw a thought or two here and there in this particular review, just to let you know my thoughts on some things. So, in the art of not backtracking, here we go. But before I do, I must thank all of you who are taking your time to stop by, to my subscribers, my party goers, my guest list VIPs that I already have that have been with me, through my first couple of reviews that I've done. Thank you guys so much. I could never forget about you. I've not forgotten about you. I appreciate your viewership. For those of you who'll slide by for the first time now, what's up? Welcome to my party, y'all. Like, we gets it in over here. Okay. So appreciate you if you subscribe, if you just take a few minutes to view, if you like the video, if you comment. I am such an appreciative individual. I couldn't express it enough. That would be so dope, you guys. Okay. But getting right into it, we start off with Heather and Emily, and they're meeting at the little boutique. And I'll say just kind of briefly with Heather for what I think about her, since again, I missed the whole episode 1. Heather has always been somebody that I can take or leave. I think I liked her more in the newer seasons than in prior seasons. Or I don't know. I mean, she's been around long enough and then she left. So I think I've had some moments where I was feeling her, then I wasn't. But, we're good for right now. Emily gets on my doggone nerves. Emily gets on my mother freaking nerves. 9 times out of 10, she's on my nerves. Okay. And that 10% or 10, efforts of the time or moments of the time, I will give her, because sometimes she makes good points, but I just can't take her and just how she goes a little too hard with things sometimes, which we'll definitely get into. But anyways, so they're recapping how rude Emily was to Jen, the prior night. It was so unwarranted. And, this goes off of Emily just pretty much being all up in Jen's funds, right? We know that Jen can't, hasn't been able to keep up with her end of the bargain with a home that Emily had put her in with the payment. She fell behind. She's fallen on financial hardship, right? And so I'm trying to figure out why Emily is counting this lady's coins. Like, I just don't understand it. You say it's about Jen's integrity. Her spending is about her integrity. No, it's about you minding your business and the business that pays you. And the business that pays you has nothing to do with Jen. So I just don't understand. You want to help Jen? Then why don't you offer her some encouraging words? I cannot stand that Emily has been just really attacking this lady when it comes to that. Like, and Jen, she's not strong enough to say, girl, if you don't mind your mother, like this, don't, excuse me, you want to help me pay some of these bills? You want to cut some checks this way? If not, you don't have nothing to say to me. You don't have nothing to say about my finances. Go count what your little man Shane over there is spending up or buying up or whatever, purchasing. You worry about your household. This over here, don't worry about it. Jen and Tamara meet at the beach. For the life of me, I cannot understand how Jen is still friends with Tamara. I just don't understand. Now, I've already just expressed to some degree my thoughts on Tamara. I cannot stand Tamara. I have never liked Tamara. Tamara has always been Tamaring from day one, and she's just gotten worse with time, honestly. Jen, I think that Jen is a sweetheart. I do think that she doesn't think with a clear mind, to put it mildly, sometimes. Um, I don't like how she handled the situation with her ex husband, but, and however, if we focus on the here and now, again, she's somebody that I wouldn't mind being around, right? And just again, after last season, I don't get how Jen is still rocking with her and how bad Tamara played Jen then. Anyways, some of y'all know Jersey was a rough season, right? For a lot of us fans. I'm going to say more of the nuttier fans who really were going in and going crazy. So y'all already know, right? My party people that been at the party, you already know how I feel about Marge, right? But I just had this little fun thought in my mind. If it boiled down to being around, having to deal with Marge or Tamara, I'm gonna definitely say, like, you know, you had to choose. Like, this is one of them situations, like, you play these kind of games with your friends, and they're like, no, 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 you can't say neither one. You gotta choose one. I'm gonna go with the lesser of the two evils, and that's gonna be Marge in this case. I would choose Marge any day. Okay, but anyway, so Jen shares with Tamara that Gina shared with her that Gina feels like Emily, her best friend, has changed, and her and Tamara are getting a little close for comfort. You know, Gina feels like they now take turns with each other, seeing who'll be the bigger witch of the two, right? And I mean, that's not too far fetched, right? Tamara and Emily, they're like two peas in a pod. So, of course, you know, they get off on how they act towards people, and they would. So Katie meets with Gina, and they're at a boutique. And I'll say off the rip, Gina's another one who gets on my nerves most often than not. Okay, her and Emily, they're one and the same. Just as Emily can be one and the same with Tamara, you know, I guess Emily is some sort of chameleon. She can get super annoying right along with Emily. Katie, on the other hand, I think Katie is absolutely stunning. She's beautiful. I think she's down to earth. She got some coin for us to kind of peek in and on, see how she's living. She's not too much, not too little. She's getting a feel for the scene a little bit. She gives a little something, just how a newbie should be. I think she sets the tone very well. And so she shares how she feels betrayed by Gina, and like Gina hung her out to dry, and did, with the whole paparazzi situation. And we know the deal with that. And, you know, how pretty much Katie has a friend who says that Heather has him or whoever, pretty much other paparazzi on speed dial. I think it was this particular friend, how Heather has called him, like, you know, about the whole Disney thing when that paparazzi situation came up. I believe it was last season, you know, and Heather's been denying it, right? And it's all a lie according to Heather. And so Heather's pissed at Gina because she feels like when Katie shared this information with her, Gina didn't vet the information or stick up for Heather. And so I thought it was, again, this just real silly, this whole paparazzi thing. I'm like, who cares? I ain't really trying to go no season talking about no whole paparazzi. But I guess if we have to talk about it, the principle more so for it, I guess, A, for Heather, is that she feels like she's being lied on, right? Nobody likes to be lied on. And then B, I guess her good friend is not coming to her defense. You know, we got to extract something meaningful from this situation. And so Shannon comes to or comes in and joins Gina and Katie at the boutique. She shares she got a letter from a law firm saying that she owes John Jansen, whatever his name is, $75,000, y'all. $75,000. Now we know this was the talk of conversation that prior dinner because Alexis brought receipts where, John had paid for Shannon to get a facelift. And then I think pan over to Shannon talking to the girls outside of the room saying that, it included a loan that she asked for. Whatever the case, now the deal Shannon is saying is that this money also includes the $75 plus interest, or 75,000 plus interest and attorney fees. And I said, John, if you don't take that money and shove it somewhere, okay? Because my thing is, if it's a loan, then so be it, right, y'all? Because 75,000, yeah, that's enough to receive back, right? It's more than $75. That can be a nice little chunk of change, for most people. But I'm like, why now though, John? Like, why now? You had long before now to collect your money, but you want to collect it now. Okay. And then again, I forgot, word allegedly on the street is that John was broke as hell when he first met Shannon. So I guess he needs those ends. Okay. And so Tamara and Jen talk about how hard Tamara is on Shannon with her drinking because she loves Shannon. And I'm like, well, listen, I don't need that kind of love. Okay. And with friends like Tamara, who needs enemies? She was so out of line with Shannon, y'all, that last gathering. I know y'all saw it too. I thought it was insane. Yelling at her, calling her all types of alcoholics and, oh, you called me every time drunk and this, that, and the third. And, oh, yeah, well, then I'm just insulting her in every way. And again, I never understand these scenes where some of these girls sit here and they don't say anything. Like, no, like, what is going on? Like, the way that I would have ripped Tamara a new one and handed it to her off this fact that I don't even like her on top of that. And you got the audacity. Now, Shannon, I like. Shannon is my girl. I like Shannon. I get that Shannon, can be a bit much at times. When I say a bit much, like I can, we've seen her when she's like, no, I mean, I don't understand. Like why are you being so mean or whatever, right? But I still like Shannon. Shannon's endearing. I think to the core, Shannon has a genuine heart and she's a good person and she's a good time in all the things. So for that reason too, because I like her, I would have, helped to go in for her. And so I just think it was so disrespectful though how Tamara did her. But obviously that's not the first time. We've seen it a couple of times in prior seasons. And I don't know even then why, Shannon would keep going back to Tamara. Like it should have been a done deal. But anyways, my thing too is if Tamara is saying that, or as we see, she doesn't really deal with Shannon anymore, right? She always used to complain about Shannon calling her like every day. And sometimes she was drunk and the phone calls were so draining. Okay, well, if she's not calling you anymore and you don't have to deal with her daily with the draining stuff, then why do you have so much to say? Like, shouldn't that be a closed chapter and you just move on? You see her, you say hello, or you don't, and just let that be that. And I'm like, again, if you care, you are definitely taking the wrong approach. So anyways, the ladies are going to take a break in groups, right? Gina will take her group of friends to a house she plans on selling in La Quinta. It'll be her, Emily, Heather, and Shannon. To Tamara's house in Big Bear, it'll be Tamara, Jen, Alexis, and Katie, right? Sidebar. So now this is the day that they're leaving for the trip. Shane was definitely shaning because he doesn't want his wife to eat in his truck, right? Fast forward, they have a good old eating time up in that truck. She totally disregards him. But my thing is, why couldn't Shane help her carry that bag to the car? I mean, was he feeling embarrassed like he knew that bag probably weighed more than he did and he didn't want us to see him struggling carrying? I just thought that was rude. Like rude, just rude. I mean, he's sitting there talking about, oh, I got to take care of the dog. Like sometimes Shane really, his ways, again, I guess it takes a special kind of person to deal with him. But anyways, meanwhile, in the other car, Alexis is running her mouth about how Johnny J, is such a great Christian boy and all these lies are being told on him. And I'm like, lady, you have known this man for all of 2 minutes. Like, you've got to cut it out. Like, you can't be for real. And I can't stand that. I feel like she came in so hot for Shannon. Episode 1, I was like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work for me. Y'all, she had me hot. Because I'm like, if anything, you should have came in with the approach, okay, yeah, again, people be sensitive about their men. We already know that. But my thing is, you still don't know Shannon. You don't know John, but you don't know Shannon. And you're going off of one side, which is what this man has told you and told you only. You haven't even tried to talk to her and say, well, listen, I know what John told me. I'm not feeling it as much. Even if she wanted to be like, I don't want to get in y'all business or I don't want to ask you, but I'm just trying to keep it cordial. From what I'm hearing, I like the things that you've been saying, but I'ma just kind of let it be. That's a thing of the past as far as we're concerned. But she just come in, oh no, Shannon, you can go. I'm like, no, ma'am, absolutely not. Oh no, you won't come on here doing that like you wear the crown and like you've been running this girl. What your girl? No. So I haven't been feeling her from off the rip, and her energy has been just off and bad every single time that we've seen her when it comes to Shannon, this whole John Jansen kind of situation. And at the same time, I just feel like once he's done with her, he's going to be talking about her as well. Okay, so go ahead and go off, sis. And the time that you have to stand up for this man, you go ahead and you do that. Okay, so they arrive at Tamara's big bear house, and it's nice. I like the touch of the bear PJs. I thought that was cute. Gina and the girls arrives at her friend's house in La Quinta. It's a very beautiful home, nice and classy. We pan over to the other girls, snow tubing. They call Jen the airhead, but to me, Alexis definitely gives Dingbatty vibes. All that laughing, the way that she does, y'all, is so annoying. It's a it's like, girl, shut your mouth, okay? I mean, she just the giddiness and I don't know, y'all. To me, and now I laugh a lot. There's a difference between exuding true joy and laughter and then just being straight out like you got some issues and there's something wrong with you. And I'm sorry, y'all. She definitely gives like what's the saying, y'all? She gives like um the lights are on but nobody's home. Like when I tell you, she hasn't got a clue. Like she walks around like she has no clue to life, no clue to life, and it's just weird to watch. And I'm like, I don't know how these. And she talks a lot. Oh no, nah, that'd be too much for me. I wouldn't be able to do her at all. Okay, so you come with this fiery hot energy for Shannon that you should not have. You going ham for this man that you don't know him, he don't know you. You are annoying as ever and you talk a lot. Like, what does this lady really bring to the table? Why do we have her here? What is going on with Bravo these days? I'm trying to figure it all out. It's not making sense to me. Okay? But but y'all, I tell you the thing that got me. When Alexis called John on FaceTime and Tamara started singing all his praises, knowing how he once did her friend and how her friend suffered at his hands, allegedly, based off of how what Shannon presented to us. And I don't care about what John has to say at this point. I really don't. Because my thing is he's going about things all wrong too. Man, just move on with your life. Okay. Now, even with the money situation, if that's really a real thing and it is, and you don't want to take the L on your money, I understand that. But all this other extra stuff, trying to ruin her life and you'll put out the videos, get a life, John. Get a life. If you're such the kind-hearted, sweet Johnny boy that Alexis says you are, then let Shannon be, please. You know her situation. Like, I just think it's so gross knowing that this is a single woman trying to take care of her daughters. You have moved on from her. You have rid her from your life. What is the point of this all? You got you a new thing. What's the problem? Like, people be on some real crazy stuff sometimes, y'all, and it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyways, so again, Tamara's now telling him all these pleasantries. And I said, it just can't get no dirtier than that, y'all, for me. It really can't. I can't wait till Shannon sees this episode. I hope that she will never, ever, ever, ever befriend Tamara again. And I hope she won't even have two words for her. When I tell you, I wouldn't even look Tamara's way unless I was getting ready to tell her off. That'd be the only time I look at that lady, is if I had some words for her every time I saw her. You know how they say, oh, it's on site every time on site? It'd be on site with my words. And probably not, because I would be one to more so ignore her than anything. And she couldn't say two words to me. And if she did, it would be on. And I mean verbally, but she's a piece of work. And another sidebar, y'all. If John gets what we're seeing from Alexis, he gonna get rid of her real soon, y'all. She gonna really get on his nerves if she hasn't been already. And she's just something younger for him and different for him to do right now. That's about it. But that's gonna get old real quick. So anyway, Shannon is outside with Emily and shares with Gina what Emily had said to her, which is that she feels that, and she being Gina feels that Emily is changing. She's out of character, more aggressive. She's up Tamra's what hole, and just getting meaner. And I'm like, again, from what I said earlier, hanging around Tamra, is that far fetched? That's totally on par for Tamra. And if you hang around people like that, where they say you hang around dogs you catch fleas, it's the same concept. Like, it's so easy for people's just bad spirits and bad energy, or even good spirits or good energy, to rub off on you. You can become who you associate with. It's easy to get sucked up into that. And so Emily feels like Gina betrayed her, because she's like, she's my best friend and she's telling everyone else what the deal is but me. And that's understandable, right? And Emily gets pissed. She's 7:30 hot. She can't even contain it on her face. She's trying hard. She's failing miserably. And I'm thinking, with the relationship that Emily and Gina have, I'm surprised that Gina hadn't told her. And Gina even said, I want to say it was in the confessional, that Emily is one of her best friends in the world. And I'm like, exactly. So what's up with you not saying anything then? Didn't make any sense to me. Emily's moving pretty crazy, as they're saying in these streets. Excuse me, Gina's moving pretty crazy in these streets, like the girls have been saying. So Emily finally says something to Gina. Gina, to me, gets caught up in a few lies in that conversation between her, Emily, and Heather. And the biggest for me is her saying that she called Katie and told her not to say anything to Heather about the whole paparazzi situation. I'm like, no, ma'am, because you absolutely had that lady come sit on your bed and y'all had a conversation, and you actually told Katie if she didn't say anything to Heather, then you would. So then when Katie does say something, you say nothing to assist, to throw her an alley oop, to nothing. Like, you totally missed the mark. And as so again, Katie's just at dinner with the other lady, sharing her thoughts with the whole paparazzi situation with Gina, and just kind of how she feels Gina did her. And Tamara's over here talking about, oh, she set you up. She set you up. And I'm like, listen, Katie, the worst thing you could do is listen to anything that comes out of Tamara's mouth. I wouldn't take her advice. I wouldn't even be disclosing this to her. But we're going to give you some grace and the benefit of the doubt, because you don't really know Tamara. I guess you ain't do your homework prior to coming on the show like most people do. Or if you did, you kind of playing it real cool. I won't listen to nothing that lady says. So that's left on Katie's mind, that Gina's moving funny. Pretty much Heather's feeling the same way. She's going to give Gina another chance, she says openly, but we can kind of tell that she has reservations about that, and that's not going to be the case. So now let's get to this OnlyFans thing, y'all. Let's wrap this up, because this idea was beyond disgusting to me. And I know I'm not the only one. I just know I'm not the only one. So they keep making these jokes, even through the car ride and all this other stuff on the way to Big Bear, to Jen, that they've got to get her an OnlyFans so she can make some money so she can pay her bills, right? And so Katie says she only wanted to vomit a little, but the way I wanted to vomit every fiber of my being, y'all, when I saw this. So I want to say Tamara's the one that encouraged the idea. They have an apple pie sitting on the table. They're already dressed for bed, all that good stuff. This lady, Jen, sticks her foot inside the pie. Okay, now mind you, it's not that these are just feet, which is already disgusting within itself, but these are feet that just got through walking around for the dinner y'all went out to, probably stuffed in some type of socks or boots or shoes. So you know that involves sweat and all of that. And I don't care, right? Some people's toes can sweat and still not smell and all this other stuff. It's still disgusting. I don't care. I don't care if you have the cleanest feet in the world. It's still disgusting, right? She sticks her toes in the pie and then puts those same toes in Tamara's mouth, and Tamara sucks on them like they are the best lollipops she's ever had in life. Totally disgusting. Like I really have no, like, y'all, when I tell you, I had to really pause it for a second just to get my thoughts and my mind together. There was nothing sexy about that. There was nothing cute about that. It gave all gross in all capital letters. Okay. Then what I found even more disturbing, I said, did they really sit up here and then turn around after that and eat that apple pie? Was that the same apple pie that they were digging in? Mm. Anyways, Jen then pretty much asks Alexis when she'll stop all the mess against Shannon because she's on a hell path, and she absolutely is. This lady claims that Shannon has been ruining Johnny J's reputation, and she says John has videos that'll ruin Shannon's life from the night of her DUI. And I'm like, for the Christian woman that you are, Alexis, doesn't the word say, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord? Okay. So why are you trying to avenge and repay Shannon? Mind your business. That is not your business. Again, you do not know these people. Remain, like, stand down. And if you want to support your man in the dark until you get more details and until you've known him a little bit longer. Okay? And you over here talking about you'll be praying for a girl. She don't need your prayers, and I won't want somebody like you praying for me. When I tell you, y'all, Alexis is just insufferable to me. Her and Tamara. And I'm just like, golly, we're only 6 episodes in with this. It's ridiculous. And you hear Tamara just in the background, just chiming in with certain things that she's saying. Yeah, John has the video, or yeah, it's of the DY. Tamara, like, where is the person when you need them to come and rip Tamara a new one and tell her all the way off from the rooter to the tutor, from the crown of her head to the sole of her feet? Like, where is the person at that I could get cheer happy and pop a bottle and jump and scream from the mountaintops that this lady has finally been given what she deserves? Like, I just don't understand, y'all. But anyways, y'all let me know what y'all thought. I mean, I feel like at this point, while the first maybe 1, 2 episodes are good, then I thought it got a little, I guess it's starting to pick back up now. So I'm kind of glad that I came in at this point in time. Don't be no prude. The music is on. Do not hold up the wall when you could be on the dance floor, in the comments, letting me know your thoughts, what y'all feel about this Alexis chick, where you've been, your mind space has been these past 6 episodes, where you think we're headed with this stuff. If you think it's anything juicy that, Alexis and John really does have as it relates to Shannon. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna definitely keep an eye out. I'll definitely be back next week to share my thoughts. I just think that Alexis, just no. She's a no for me, guys. She's a huge no. Okay, she's a huge no. While this gives a little bit more lighthearted energy than Jersey did, this still is going to get on my nerves, y'all. It's going to get on my nerves. But anyways, y'all, I will be back next week to do it again. Until then, y'all stay up, y'all stay blessed, and I'm out. Peace.